Good morning. I decided to try to make one of these videos while playing Madden. Um, Probably not a video for the business website. I would imagine it will just be a personal video, maybe about playing Madden. When I was watching some of my videos that I made in the past yesterday, um, there was one of which I was talking about language being the biggest box that whenever we're talking about anything else, we're using language, obviously, as a medium, but that language is a lot deeper than just simply a means of communicating about something. It's the means by which, like, reality itself is defined in any sort of persistent fashion. That its persistence over time is contingent upon language. So, like, my theory is that the reason little babies, the reason you don't remember when you're a little baby is because you don't have language. And so there's no means to organize or file your memories by, right? You haven't yet learned the process of symbolizing data into meaning packages that then can be, referred to later, right? Because if you think about your memory, it's not like this actual linear progression of event from moment to moment. It is instead something a lot more complicated, right? It's it's sort of a progression of highlights of stuff that is important, or stuff that you just happen to remember. Things that made the story, right? Things that didn't end up on the editing floor. And, there's a lot of occasions, I think, probably for many people who can identify with this, where it's like somebody brings something up and then you're like, oh, I remembered that. I totally forgotten about that, which I think is a pretty good indication that, in fact, memory is not a record of events so much as it is a construction, right? A narrative construction. And that it's a little book you're writing about your life. But obviously, there are a lot of factors other than simply one. It's not something that's actually chosen. I mean, your narratives are to a certain extent things that you can determine by yourself, I guess. But to a larger extent, it has more to do with a couple of things beyond your control. One, the narratives that you're exposed to over the course of your life, or that you expose yourself to, which is sort of under your control, I guess. But I think more importantly, it's just your how you process it, which is why, I guess, from an educational perspective, I think that debate is so valuable. In part, is because it's teaching them how to process rather than simply teaching them about a topic or whatever. So, I mean, that's what argumentation is, right? It's how to process data effectively. And it depends on your purpose, of course. But I think that it's fair to say that in general, if you understand debate well, then you understand a variety of means of processing data, including, like, once you get up into higher levels of debate, artistic, aesthetic choices that would normally be considered not part of an argumentation string, right? So it's like you get some sort of performance K where they're saying a truly effective analysis will engage all these different modalities, including like poetry and rap and whatever. Well, I mean, in that context, it just shows you the extent to which debate is about understanding the different ways of processing data before anything else. And it's basically like rhetorical scientific method, you know. It requires a person to seek every crack in a given assertion in order to both be able to defend it and or to attack it, depending on, of course, the purpose you need it for. I'm going to call a timeout because 52 seconds left in the first half. I'm down 7-0, and the main reason I'm down 7-0 is because I was screwing around trying to set up this video thing. And anyway, I'm going to stop right here, I think, on this video. 6:30. Thank you. Have a good morning.